Damn, I really do have a lot of nice merch on here. That's crazy. Oh, my bad. Yeah, go check that out in the description. Go check that in the description. Fang Gang merch. I'm about to talk about Amazing Lucas. Apparently, he did a review for the Barbie movie. Yeah. That super woke feminist bull crap. It was trash. It was trash, fam. I can see what they were trying to do. We're doing like a role reversal and like a flip between men and females. And oh, this is, you come into this world when you were used to women being in control, and then you go into the real world and you experience this and yada yada. And then the bull crap they did with Ken, that would have been all fine and dandy. It was just the ending had a horrible solution. Spoiler alert. They do the men grimy. The men get done foul in that. But overall, beyond the men versus women aspect of it, there was no, how do you say it, compromise, right? That's realistically, there would be some sort of compromise for it to not be an extreme of either side of like too much control or whatever, right? Give people the choice. There was none of that. There was none of that. But Amazing Lucas loved Barbie. He loved it. He thought it was amazing. So let's check out his opinion and critique it. If you want to watch the video in full, uninterrupted by me, you can check it out on his channel. All right, let's go.
I know, but hear me out. Oh my goodness. So I went and saw Barbie. And the reason being, because I saw a lot of hate of this film, especially from the right. And they're talking about, oh, I hate this film. It's, it's feminist, it's anti-men, yada, 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 all this. It's woke, right? You know how they love that word.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm like, okay, all right. You know me. I don't really do that many movie reviews, because for me to do a movie review right now, I either have to hate the movie or I have to love it. If it's meh, I'm not going to do a review, because I can't do a meh review because it's like meh. Nevertheless, so I'm going into this movie thinking I'm going to hate it. I can't wait. It's been a minute since I've gotten some meat on the bone to just completely shred a movie.
Pause. Hey, yo. It's been a while since you had some meat on your bones, meat on the bone. You had meat was on the bone.
Hey, yo! Oh! Y'all ain't like it? Movie, right?
Wow.
To completely just destroy it. And that's what I'm going into this film to do. I'm going in to destroy Barbie, because I can't wait for all the...
See, that already let you know you on some ish. I don't go into films like I'm about to destroy this. I will give something a fair shot. Damn, somebody got kid about had me watch trash ass Harley Quinn. They had me watch Miss Marvel. Oh my God. The most woke bull crap. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'm gonna give it fair. I told her, I was like, if I start seeing some wokeness, I'm gonna fry it though. But for now, I'm gonna give it a fair shake. And I did, and it was trash.
Nonsense for all the anti-men, comments. I can't wait. Oh, men are useless. I can't wait for this. And I go into this movie, and I kid you not, this is probably one of the most pro-men, MGTOW, manosphere films that I have seen in my entire...
Only thing he could probably bank on right now is the role reversal. That's the only thing he could probably bank on and be like, oh, well, the men are really supposed to represent women and women are supposed to represent... That's the only thing he could probably bank on. But the ending nipped all of that in the butt for that to even be an argument.
Their life. Do you hear what I'm saying? I don't know how they wanted the movie or how...
If you don't know who Amazing Lucas is, my bad. I should give a clear intro. Who Amazing Lucas is, he's a nasty wokey. He's super liberal. He used to be conservative, right? Supposed to be like a Republican. Was coming out here and doing social commentary. And then just somehow, for some reason, he just decided, I want to start grifting. Let's go woke. So I make fun of him from time to time because he says a lot of woke bullcrap. He's super liberal. He had a character back in the day called Liberal Lucas. And it's crazy because he's now that character. It wasn't a character. His mask just slipped. So because I roast woke people, he's on my roster of roasting.
The director wanted the film to be, but it seems to have come out completely different. Facts. Okay, if you just hear me out, let me, lend you a different perspective on this Barbie film. The film starts off Barbie Land, I believe. I think Barbie Land, Barbie World. Whatever, we'll say Barbie Land. And Barbie Land.
I'm gonna have to check out because you said the conservative ones. Yeah, I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna check that out. I think I watched a few reviews too as well. Brett Cooper, I think she liked it. Ben Shapiro thought it was trash.
It's all run by Barbie.
I watched a few reviews.
The Supreme Court, all women. Judges, lawyers, police, everything is women. It's all Barbies, okay? And, they throw in, I think a lot of people are missing the big picture due to little sprinkles.
Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
Of, of little jabs, right? Little tests, I'll say. Because they'll say, hey, it's okay to be a feminine and also express my emotions and stuff like that, right? Throw that away. That's meaningless. It's just sprinkles on top of an ice cream, okay? Throw out the sprinkles and focus on the ice cream.
The hell are you talking about? Yo, what already? I'm like, yo, dude, what are you talking about? You just jibber-jabbing.
And then this brings us to Ken. Now, Ken, I would argue
hey, Kathy,
that Ken, this is really who the protagonist is of this film. This movie is more about Ken than it was ever.
Did he just say Ken was the protagonist? No.
That Ken, this is really who the protagonist is.
No. Ken is not the protagonist. The people that run the Barbie company, is it Hasbro? My bad. Let me look. Will Ferrell, I think, plays the boss. What's the name of the Barbie company? I want to get the name wrong. I feel like it starts with an H. This is crazy. When you search Barbie on Google, that joint lights your screen up with sparkles, changes the letters pink. Yo, get this off my screen. Why would y'all do? Yo, how much did they have to pay Google to do this? This is insane. I gotta show y'all. Hold on. Does it do it every time you search Barbie? Let me see. Oh, nah. Y'all gotta see this. It does it every time you search Barbie on Google. Hold on. Y'all gotta see this. This is crazy. I'm gonna put it back on Lucas so we can finish, but y'all gots to see this, bro. Every time you search Barbie, because I was trying to find the name of the company, because these are the actual protagonists of the film. Lucas is a simpleton. Look what happens when you search Barbie on Google. Yo, say they not trying to push an agenda. This is crazy. Watch this. I've never seen nothing, not a single thing that you search on Google that the whole screen sparkles and lights up and changes they promoting the hell out of this movie, bro. This movie getting promotion times 1,000. Whoa. Yo, I've never seen that. I seen like the letters represent something was like a special month or something, or a holiday. Right. But to go, oh my gosh, all out like that. Whoa. Super whoa. Hold on, let me put Lucas back on the screen. Like, yo, that was crazy. I just wanted to see what was the name of the actual protagonist. My bad, guys. Let me put this damn thing back on the screen. Here you go. I'm going to find the name of the protagonist. Let's let Lucas jibber jabber a little bit.
Of this film. This movie is more about Ken than it was ever about Barbie.
Mattel. Why did I say Hasbro? My bad. Mattel were the villains of the story, if I'm not mistaken. That was the protagonist. Those are the people, not Ken. Ken had like his little segment towards the end, his third act, but he wasn't
out. This movie is just mwah. So Ken's whole purpose is to impress Barbie. Ken loves Barbie. He worships the ground she walks on, right? He loves Barbie. His whole purpose is to just get her to acknowledge him. Her to just to notice him. And he's doing all this stuff to try and get her acknowledgement. And everything she says, it's just like, wow, thanks, Barbie. Right? It melts him. It melts him. And
I'm
all he
saying
wants.
protagonist. I just realized in my head, I was sitting here thinking for like the whole time in silence for like 20 seconds, like, no, it's antagonist. Protagonist would be Barbie. The antagonist wasn't Ken. It was. Did he say protagonist too? Is that what I'm thinking? Let me hold on.
So Ken's whole purpose, it was ever about Barbie. Hear me out. This movie is just mwah. So Ken's whole purpose is to impress Barbie. And then this brings us to Ken. Now, Ken, I would argue that Ken, this is really who the protagonist is.
Oh, he's tripping. But he's saying Ken's not even the villain. Ken is the main character of the story. Oh, he's drunk. Whoa. Yeah, nah, my man. You saw a different movie. He saw a whole different movie, bro.
He loves. And eventually they're going to have a party. Barbie's having a party. And Ken's like, hey, can I spend some time with you? Can I hang in? She's like,
it sounds like he never watched the movie. Whoa, that's even worse than what I thought he said. He thinks the main character was Ken?
No. Unfortunately, this is girls' night. And it's going to be girls' night forever.
It was a
okay. So take care. And Ken is like, okay. All right. I understand. It's just, it's like, oh, poor baby. Yeah. Nevertheless, that's the stage. Now, what happens is Barbie starts to have starts thinking about like certain, we'll say off-putting things. Like,
I bet you the sales go up like crazy. I think the movie's doing really well. So if Mattel was going under, they going up now after this movie. That was a brilliant idea. They should have did that. That's a brilliant business move for them to go, let's put out a Barbie movie, hire a bunch of actors and actresses to be in it and pump this. Man, it was a good business move. Do I like the movie though? Hell no, it was trash. It was trash. I've seen Twilight Zone episodes with like better writing with a similar plot.
Like her imminent demise, like as a human, she starts growing cellulite on her leg. And what is happening is that the person who's playing with Barbie is going through some.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with little cellulite. He act like that's a big deal. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit.
Going through some stages of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, so in order to fix this, Barbie has to go to the real world and find out who the person is, and cheer them up or whatever, right? Hey, stop doing this. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me like this. So Barbie heads off to the real world.
We didn't need it. I think the Mattel company, like whoever owns Barbie, they needed it. They needed it desperately because a lot of these people make movies and TV shows so they could sell toys. If you ever wonder why your favorite cartoon got canceled when you was a kid, it's because the toys didn't sell. Almost all the comic book cartoons when we was kids got canceled when the toys stopped selling. So that's why a lot of these people, they put out these shows so they could sell merchandise and product. So the business needed it. We didn't need it. They needed it.
Guess what? Guess who tags along? Ken. He sneaks along in the car just to be with Barbie. The man is whipped. Okay, he loves it. And here's the thing. I think all of us men have had that experience.
I felt like I had to. Even though I didn't do no damn review. I should. I'm thinking my movie channel. I just haven't had time. I've been working on so many other channels and my BXB's Way Extra channel started to make some noise now. My main channel started to make some noise now. So I've been focusing. So I watched it so I could do a review and just never did the review. It was trash. It was really trash.
One time or another, right? One time there was this one girl, like she was just God's gift on earth to you. Everything. You worship, like she could do no wrong. The halo effect, we'll say. She was it. Okay? They travel into the real world. And lo and behold, once again, sprinkles. And what I mean by sprinkles, you have Barbie and Ken, and they're rollerblading and whatever. And they go up to a bunch of construction workers or plumbers, whatever. And obviously, the stereotype, oh, you're looking good. Hey, nice butt. All that, right? Sprinkles. Throw away the sprinkles.
I don't know. Focus on. Like, that's the name that I was thinking. I wanted to say Hasbro, but it's Mattel, I think, that owns Barbie, right? Those were the actual antagonists of the film. Barbie was the protagonist of the film. So I don't know if they did merge with Hasbro. It would make sense.
On the ice cream. Okay, because that's how you get off. That's how you get detoured. Throw that away. Okay,
yeah,
just chalk that up to satirical motivation. Barbie's like, what's going on here? This I'm so used, right? She's so used to, women, everything.
Keep this. It wasn't for kids. That movie was definitely not for children. That's what's crazy. It was not for children, it was so ass backwards. They made a movie about Barbie that wasn't geared towards children. And they do expect the number to go up in sales. I think that the numbers will go up. I think adults and maybe some teenagers will start buying Barbie dolls. Did you see that they made a real life, what do they call that? Airbnb? Like of the Barbie dream house? And people were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to rent it out for a day? For a day? To look like you Barbie? To live like you Barbie? That's crazy. So I think that they're going to get the money that they want, right? But I don't think it's going to be from children unless parents who love the Barbie movie and how woke it was are going to go, oh, let me buy some Barbies for my kids now. Because that is who has the money to buy it. So I think they're going to get themselves. But that movie was not made for children. Not even a little bit.
Ruling everything. And Ken is loving it. And the reason why Ken is loving it, because the only time in his life,
Barbie sales are going to shoot up for sure. And if they were smart, they would make special edition Barbies that look just like the characters from the movie. If they were smart business-wise, it would make a killing.
Felt valuable. He's felt useful.
Make a special edition Barbie.
Where he's now getting attention, from women, but he's also getting attention. There's like a little gay joke where a dude looks at him like, oh, whoa.
Kids.
They appreciate my physique, right?
You hear that?
They appreciate my physique. And this woman comes up to him, I believe she asked him the time or something like that. And he's so taken aback, right? Because he's like, what? You're asking me for the time? Because he's never asked to do, anything in Barbie Land. He's
so stupid. The ending, Ken should have went to the real world. Spoiler alert. Barbie goes to the damn real world at the end. She goes to the real world throughout the whole movie, but by the end, she decides to stay in the real world. No, Barbie should have stayed her ass in Barbie world. Ken should have went to the real world.
Just there. And the woman he loves doesn't even care about him, right? So all this attention he's getting, he's loving the real world. He's like, this is amazing. Okay, I'm loving this.
Yes. I 100% believe that. Yeah, kids are not into. Let me read the full question. Do you think that's because current kids are not into Barbie? The people that was into Barbie are adults, so they are selling a nostalgia. Yes, that's what they're banking on. They're banking on nostalgia, and then for those people who did play with Barbies when they was kids to buy Barbies now, not only for themselves but to buy them for their kids. So, like for me, right? And the reason why I'm bringing that myself is I got a lot of like figurines and stuff, right? I got Batmobiles. I got the old school Batmobile, the new school Batmobile. I got pop dolls, a few figures. I got a Joker. I got a Jared Leto Joker that I bought years ago because I really liked his Joker. I know I'm weird. I got some anime stuff. Got Kakashi pop doll, right? So adults will probably get Barbie stuff and just not even play with it, but just have it, just to have it, right? Just for nostalgia. But then they'll also buy another one for their kids to try to get their kids into it, right? Some kids might be into it because some kids think the nostalgia is cool. It's weird. It happens. I guess I was that way too, right? I listened to a lot of music from before my time. So this kid's just like, hey man, Avatar is amazing. I'm like, what you know about Avatar? I rewatched it on streaming. Like, I watched the whole Naruto. Like, oh snap, okay, that's gangster. So I think they're banking more on the nostalgia for the adults to lean the new kids into it, right? Because why the hell would they be? Yeah, if you watch the movie, it's not towards kids at all, bro. I swear. Like, in fact, the kid in the film lets it be known that she don't like Barbies at all. Spoiler alert, the adult woman, the mother, has been the one who's been playing with Barbie. To go into more detail, the reason why Barbie starts like having cellulite and like thinking about death and all these things is because whoever's playing with her are having these thoughts. When Barbie comes to the real world to talk to the little girl, she finds out the little girl's not playing with the Barbie. The older mother, is playing with the Barbie because she wants to have nostalgia because she's sad about her real life. So she's playing with Barbie, but she's crying while she's playing with Barbie and having nostalgia. This just is blatantly gearing towards older people, like, right? This is a Barbie movie for nostalgia, but then they're hoping and banking on sales leading into the younger people getting into it, right? Worst case, they could do a part 2 because this movie is making a lot of bank. So they'll probably do a sequel for sure and make money off of that.
And then,
if not, but I'm telling you that they're hoping for toy sales and merchandise. They're blatantly hoping for it. You wonder why that new Power Ranger movie didn't get a sequel? Because they didn't sell as much toys. If that new Power Ranger movie, which I liked, if that Jane sold more toys and merchandise, we would have had like 9 movies. They wrote 9 movies. I remember when it came out, that the people that created it already said, yo, we already have 9 movies in the work. They were trying to Fast and Furious, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but they didn't sell enough merchandise.
Once they sprinkle, throw away the sprinkles, they inject the patriarchy into it. So he's learning about the patriarchy. He's like, whoa, men control this? This is what, really? And his brain is opening up, okay? It's just, he's seeing the Matrix, okay? And he tries going to get a job. He's like,
I think that, but that's about them. I count that as merchandise, right? Because they're going to come out with their little video games, like maybe some online joints, try to push it. Then that realm is still there just for different things, right? I've seen, like, I got little cousins and stuff. They talk about things like, what's his name? What was the Minx Club and like stuff like little fairies and like little Winx Club and things like that, right? So if you make more things geared towards that, like an updated version, I do think that they can get the youth onto it. If they made a Barbie video game based off the movie, maybe add a little bit more action to it or something. Yeah, maybe. But I think that every kid that I've heard in like reviews, I've always heard like people say, oh, I let my kid watch it. One reviewer, she brought her daughter onto the stream. It was like, yo, tell them your opinion. And the daughter with her smart self was like, oh no, this ain't for kids at all. This ain't for kids. I don't like this person. I don't like this. I don't like what they did with this character. This person was just there. Weird Barbie made no sense to me. Like this was things that went over kids' head because Weird Barbie. I hate when they do this. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. That made no sense. Anyway, I ain't know. That made no sense. What was I saying? Weird Barbie. Weird Barbie was that thing threw me off. Weird Barbie was really more of an inside joke for adults because Weird Barbie is the Barbie that you get when you mess your Barbie up. You pull the hair out, you draw on it, you doing all types of weird stuff. That's what Weird Barbie is supposed to represent. I don't think much kids would get that. Right? I don't think that they would get that joke. That's more like of an inside like Barbie joke. Or like what if you had like an older sibling that would just mess your Barbie up? That's what Weird Barbie was supposed to represent. Right? They also had like an alphabet Barbie. I think they even had a pregnant Barbie. It was a bunch of stupidness, like just stupidity.
Well, I'm a man, and it's just like, well, you have to have you have to have some credentials, right? He goes to the surfing, goes to another business corporate job, yada yada yada. And he's realizing, he's valuable, he's an asset, right? People care about him, they need him, and he goes back to Barbie Land. That's what he does. Barbie stays there looking for, the person. Now, Mattel kidnaps Barbie and it like tries to put her back into the Barbie world. Cause they're like, yo, what is Barbie doing out in the real world? Nevertheless, the woman, okay, there's a mom and a little child. Now, little child is superfluous, okay? Once again, little child is meaningless. She's just we'll say the modern women, as everyone says. Oh, this Barbie, you represent the patriarchy and you're this and this and this. And Barbie's like, oh my God, no, that's not what I wanted. I want to empower women, yada, yada. Okay, that's that little plot point right there. Now, the mother, we come to find out that the mother's one that has been playing with Barbie. Because all this time we're led to believe that it's a little girl. But it's a mother who's playing with little Barbie. And all she wants is to remember the good times with her daughter. Because her daughter is a teen and she's become a little demon. Okay?
Yes. before I even could finish reading your statement, Disney did a way better version of this called Life Size with Tyra Banks and Lizzie Lohan. They did a sequel that was trash. I didn't really like it. I didn't like the part 2, but the original Disney movie, yes, that shit was fire. Life Size, yes. And Lindsay Lohan called Life Size. See, before you even said it, I even read that part, hell yeah. I was like a super Disney Channel like fan when I was a kid. There's nothing Disney Channel that you could tell me. Nickelodeon as well. Me and my older brother was having a debate over who was the biggest fan. We both were. Like Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Fox Kids, WB Kids.
That's what the daughter is. She's a little demon. And
Fox Family. I still remember S Club 7. Nobody else remembers that.
And, you know, the mom just like, she wants to remember the good times with Barbie. But she has some dark, there's some dark stuff going in the mom's head, which is completely juxtaposes with her natural upbeat self. Nevertheless, that's a little plot point there. Barbie and the little girl and the mom team up. There's a husband there, but the husband is like learning Spanish. I kid you not. The husband's like on the couch trying to learn Spanish because his wife is Spanish. So all this, once again, all this is pro men. I'm like, I know there are going to be people who are like, oh, look, it's a dumb husband. I'm like, that's not dumb. He's learning Spanish, you know, to better communicate with his wife. That's a sign of affection, right? Anyone with common sense would understand that if your woman is Spanish or Spanish speaking, and the husband is trying to learn Spanish, which he doesn't have to, but he's trying to learn Spanish, like that's a plus. That's not a negative, no matter whatever light you want to, you know, show it in. It's a plus. So they go back.
Shut up. Shut up. Well, we in America. My kids love Power Rangers. Yo, Power Rangers is classic. Mighty Morphin. That was my edge back in the day, fam. I used to love Power Rangers. I would run home from school to watch that when I was a kid. Then it started getting wacky. Then it started doing Harry Potter-like ones, like Mystic Force and all this bull crap.
To Barbie Land, because they're like, yo, we got to fix Barbie Land, okay? You can come back and help me fix Barbie Land. So they go back to Barbie Land, and Barbie comes to find out that everything has changed, right? That, you know, there's now, you know, the president, who's a woman, once again, they're all Barbies. The president is now on the beach having fun, right? And all the Supreme Court justices are at the beach having fun with the Kens. She's like, what's going on here? What's happening? And some of the girls have like boyfriends. They're walking around, right?
The fact that they were having fun and Bobby was like, oh, I got to ruin all that. And he's saying this is a pro men movie. Yo, Barbie seen them having fun with the men and was like, yeah, no, we got to 86 this ASAP. I can't have
girl's hand is interlocked with the man's arm and everything. They're walking and they're talking, right? Some of the women are maids and they're like, we can't, you know, we get to, you know, to massage Ken's feet, you know, when they come back from work or whatever it was, right? And it's just like, what's happening here? And all this, everything is changed.
Don't sound like they didn't like it. Don't sound like they was miserable to me.
So finally we get to Ken. And Ken's like, hey, all right, when I went to the real world, like we control things. And it's, you know, thanks to this thing called the patriarchy, all right? And what they're planning to do is to vote to overturn Barbie Land and to make it Ken World or Ken Land, whatever it is. And Ken, he's doing all this, and Barbie's just like, what's going on? And I kid you not, listen to me. Ken, at the end of the day, Ken does all of this to simply leverage Barbie to get her to be his girlfriend. Bruh. Oh, the pain, bruh. I was like,
wow. So, Lucas, you like this movie because it reminds you how much a simp you are, Lucas? That's why you enjoy, because you a simp? Yo, this is crazy.
like,
I'm about to speed him up.
Oh, my man.
This guy up,
he's whipped, bro. He's whipped. I kid you not. He's like, well, you know what? Well, this is Ken World now. This is Casa House, whatever. Okay, this is Ken Casa. But you know, I'll let you in if you want to be like my part-time, long-term, whatever girlfriend. And she, of course, says no. And that's all Ken wants. All Ken wants throughout this movie is get the love and attention of the person that he loves. Okay, that's all this man wants. I want you to understand this. And he throws her clothes out. Like, here, take this clothes and take these clothes, and kicks her out. Nevertheless, they devise a plan. The girls devise a plan because Barbie, becomes helpless,
plan,
and they're like, okay, well, we gotta figure a way out. We gotta change this. And what eventually happens is that the mother gives like this speech, and she gives off this speech, which is not really gender, based. It's a speech that just talks to the complexities of being a human. But of course, given it's a woman, and this is Barbie Land, Barbie World, whatever, she's giving it from the perspective of a woman. She's like, hey, we have to be attractive, but not overly attractive to offend other women. We have to be assertive, but not too assertive where people think that you're mean, right? And it's this fine line of being a woman in society. And I get that. I understand. There's absolutely a fine line that you have to play. But what I also understand is that there's a fine line that men have to play, right? Where we have to be, a man, but also not to be misogynistic, right? We have to be, aggressive, but not also, overly aggressive, right? There's a fine.
Lucas, you ain't Lucas. Just the conversation of being a man and then your name coming up sound crazy to me. I just gotta call a spade a spade. That sounds wild. I'm not gonna say what I want to say because YouTube says that they frown upon that kind of talk. And this video is for educational purposes, just in case people didn't know. But yeah, you a bitch. Just
fine line that makes you goes from a Chad, right, or to a lame. But there's a fine line that all of us play, right? Of hey, wanting to show off that you're a leader without wanting to be the leader, right? To say, well, I want to be.
Sucks. I'm trying to tell you, he's ass. I still sing S Club 7. Yo, fam, what was your favorite song? I like the Never Had a Dream Come True. Damn, I kind of like S Club Party too. That's my Natural was fire. That's the one where they let Rachel sing lead. You could tell I was really into pop music when I was a kid, man. 2000s and 90s. I liked pop a lot. Now my favorite genre is R&B, but I'm really into old school pop as well. NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, LFO, Youngstown, right? Like some of the smaller groups, BB Mac, M2M, yada, yada, yada. You say, what the F is a Chad? I'll explain that to you because that's my rap and music name as well, right? Rap, sing. Guys, in case you didn't know, I rap and sing. So check out my music channel if you want to hear that. I just dropped a new music video recently. But yeah, Chad is supposed to be representation within the mansphere Reddit community. There's different representations for the type of men you can be. You can be an incel, which is someone who has poor luck with the opposite gender. Women can be incels as well, right? You can be, if I'm not mistaken, a Chad, which is like the opposite of an incel. That's someone who is like a dominant male, an alpha, gets all the girls, charismatic, can talk to people, don't really have to try hard, right? You just walk in the room and chicks is like, oh, I want to talk to him, right? That's that type of energy. That's what's given it. You also have the Tyrones and the Pookies, which is like a deformed version of a Chad. It's like is the one that girls will talk to, but these are the ones that will also ruin your life. They have no ambition, no goals. They're not working towards anything. These would be those type of people with a Trixie has to be a Chad and the Tyrone mixed with. These are people that's like the most attractive, but the other things that they give you is not worth any value. An example would be an Instagram model who looks really good, big booty, pretty face, right? All these things that you like from appearance and even from afar, but then you get to know them and they're extremely ghetto and they belong on a reality TV show. They always want to fight and they're thirsty for money, right? That's all they want to use you for is that. And a whole bunch of nasty and toxic features, right? The male version of that as a Tyrone would probably be some dude that knocks you up and just runs. Get you pregnant and leaves. All right, you got like 5 kids. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm about to go get some cigarettes. About to go get some carton of milk, and then they leave. So that's like pretty much all that explains that. And that's all within like the online Reddit communities, Black Pill predominantly, that use those terms. but my rap and music name is Chad. And I just do it because it's a parody. It's a way to make a joke out of a lot of things that I talk about.
Be the leader. It's like, well, the leader really usually doesn't want to be the leader in that cases. So it's a fine line that all of us play in this world. And what that does is that it snaps Barbie back into, sound state of mind, where now they're like, hey, if it snapped me back, to original, to factory reset, we'll call it. What about the other girl?
Like a Trixie. Yeah. It's like supposed to be as if you're shallow and you have nothing, right, to offer, which sometimes is true because it's the side effect of being gifted. I can tell you 9 times out of 10, most friends that I've had growing up who were Chads, right, who people would define as Chads, ended up miserable in life later on because they had nothing else to offer. I remember this one friend I had. This dude never had to try. I swear, fam, if he wasn't my friend, I might have been hating him. He never had to try. Fam, there was not one time we went anywhere to talk to a chick that she said no. No, not once. Not once, right? He just had it like that. Some people got it like that, right? And I remember telling him one time, like, yo, bro, you gonna run into some issues and you not gonna know how to solve it. And he used to never know what I meant. I'm like, you don't know, man. You don't know. Because me, even though some incels might consider me a Chad now, I still would disagree with that because I'm not airheaded. Right. I've had to learn like the average man, right? Like you don't just go out and you naturally know how to talk to people. These are skill sets that you learn from being social, as well as the fact that I'm charismatic, I'm funny. Now, when you become an adult, those are things that become more appealing than just the person that looks half decent, that sounds stupid, can't carry a conversation. I think he's a crackhead now, if I'm not mistaken. It all started when he finally met this girl that knew how to play men. She was like a black widow. I told him, everyone told him, his female friends told him, yo, this chick is not good, bro. She gonna have you wrapped around the thing. We could tell. And then next thing you know, he started taking care of her kids that she had with another person while she was with him and a whole bunch of things. And now she's in the house. She's in the house. She good. She got a nice little house, nice job, all of that. He a crackhead. So yeah, that just goes to show you. Most Chads end like that unless they come from money or something like that. It's usually when you have no skill set, no real actual developed skills that you get from your experience. You fall flat on your face. It's similar to like championship boxers that had like a padded record but never had a challenge. And then the first time they get challenged, they get demolished. It looked like unreal because you didn't fight nobody on your way to the top. The other dude that was in there scrapping that got like fucking 10 losses on his record. Yeah, it looked ugly him having 10 losses, but boy, does he know how to fight. So you get in the boxing ring with him, he gonna show you these 10 losses. He showed him some lessons that you never learned, right? And that's the same way it is throughout adulthood. With females, a lot of females don't realize these things, and like Chads, they get to a certain age, and guess what? The wall. That wall is undefeated. I don't care. I don't care how good your genes is. I don't care how pretty you are. Once you hit a certain age, you're going to look like the grandmother that lived in the shoe. And your personality and all these other features that you did not work on because you were so pretty, it's going to make you angry. You're going to be bitter. You're going to be one of these girls like 40 years old plus on Fresh and Fit screaming about why you deserve a good man. It's just how it happens.
Bro. And they do that. And you want to know how
it works.
They devise this plan to snap the other women back into, Barbie mindset, is that they exploit.
And if I was to give you an example of a Trixie, think Kelly from Married with Children. Shit, you could think Rachel from Friends. Rachel's a Trixie and Joey's a Chad.
I kid you not. They exploit men's natural weakness to help, someone. That's what they do. Because they're like, oh, men love it when you're dumb or whatever, and they have to, help you and stuff like that. That's what they do. And I'm thinking to myself, no way. You're telling me the downfall of men is that we want to help women? Is that we want to feel useful To you, we want to make ourselves useful.
That's not the downfall of men. Should want to be useful within your relationship. But as if that's your end all be all, no.
To you, we want to be utilized by you, by women. I'm like, this is crazy. This is the most pro men.
Kelso.
Men.
Kelso's a Chad. Kelso's a Chad. And his girlfriend on there is a Trixie. There you go. What's her name? Jackie is a Trixie.
Manosphere of film that I've seen. Because I'm like, you're exploiting. There's a character
type for Donna too. What do they call those girls? I forgot. It's girls who's not Trixies, but they're like perceived as like somewhat normal, but they're kind of attractive. And a lot of incels think that they have a chance with them, but then what you don't realize is those girls want to be with Chads too. Every girl wants to be with a Chad at one point in her life. She might get older and learn from her experiences and be like, you don't really got nothing to offer. But guess what? During the quote unquote hoe phase that they talk about, Chads is getting it. A chick will go on a date with you and get to know you like slow motion. And meanwhile, she's getting her needs fulfilled by Chad on the side. But I guess Chad is losing too, because when he starts to catch feelings and wants to form a relationship, she's like, nigga, I would never be in a relationship with you. I'm just using your body. That's how she sees it, even though it's still a negative for her as well. But most women don't see it as a negative for them as well. They see it as a negative for the Chad. I'm just using him for his body. I don't actually care about him or want to talk to him. I'm going to eventually find someone else, the nice guy that I slowly got to know and then eventually gave him intimacy. Meanwhile, I was just throwing intimacy at this guy because intimacy didn't mean nothing to me. That's how a lot of females think about that shit, which is pretty stupid because you both lose. The Chad loses in the long run, and then the female loses in the long run too. What do you think happens if the person that you end up with meets any of these Chads or knows any of these Chads? What if they were friends with them and you didn't know because you didn't care to get to know the Chad? You didn't know what he did in life. You didn't know what he did for a job, really. You didn't know what he does for fun. So what if you at a dinner party and bump into this Chad, and then now your boyfriend or husband, he finds out, because men will, if they gonna keep it real, tell you. Now you just messed up a good thing because you wanted to have your little temporary fun. What you need to do is keep it in your pants and practice some discipline. And then when you meet the right one, you don't want to be a hoe to everybody. Be a hoe for the right one. That goes for men too. I'm talking to both. Men, you shouldn't try to be hoes. Be a hoe for the right one.
The men's weakness, which is kindness.
I'm cooking.
Right? That's what that is. And then brainwashing the women into thinking that what they're doing is bad. This is what you have to understand. That's what they're doing. Like the president of the United States.
It depends. It depends. For certain men, like, because men and women, our values are different, right? Our values are different. What women seek from men doesn't age. What counts as a huge factor from what men seek from women does age, right? Because appearances is something that, especially if you're a high value man, is going to be the first thing that stands out to us, right? Like, you got to get us in the door, right? You can't be fugly and think that, oh, she's going to make a good wife. That's crazy. That's another level of settling. We have to be attracted to you. And then once you get our attention, all the other things get us to stay, right? But for women, it's once they get older, they'll put the attractiveness, especially a lot of them will start going for the opposite. Like, well, I went for the attractive stuff and that didn't work. So let me go for someone else that does. And then they start getting attraction from other elements from the male. Like, is he a provider? Is he a protector? Is he courteous? Does he know how to speak to you? Is he a good coach? Right? Things of that nature later on. So because of that, for men, fam, you can be 50 years old and still get a attractive ass 21-year-old or 20-something-year-old that really sees the value in you. The chances of that happening for a 50-year-old woman, right, to get a 20-year-old man is so rare that it's not even fair to compare the two, right? Because men and women have different things that we value is nowhere near the same thing. right? So it sucks. I know it's not fair for women, right? But what you're not holding into account is that prior to hitting the wall, the fucking choice is yours. Like before you hit the wall, your numbers is crazy with the potential that you could get, the offers, walking down the street, constant, right? So it's kind of like in reverse, your offers will go down. If a man is doing everything right, no matter what, how old he gets, his offers will go up, no matter what. If it's not because of like the income he can bring, is also the other things that he can bring. His knowledge, he brings knowledge to the table. He can coach, right? When you're having a hard time and going through your struggles of the day, you can talk to him and he can tell you the exact thing that can calm you down. Make sure you know that everything's gonna be all right and that everything's gonna be cool. All right, like that is something that with age in men and maturity we gain, right? And it's super beneficial and worth 1,000 times more, right? And if we're keeping our body in shape and we could still be, man, DILFs is out here. DILFs, I'm a DILF. No, I ain't that old. But hey, I'm trying not to be a gilf, granddad. But yeah, fam, it's different. It's different between men and women. There's different things, different values, different stuff. And of course, there's the exceptions.
It's just fun. She has like a boyfriend. She's listening, they're playing volleyball. They're all in better state. You have to understand the women, upon the patriarchy being implemented, they're happy. I kid you not. They're happy. They're enjoying it. They're like, finally, I don't have to, use my brain. I kid you not. That's like one of the words from the film. It's like, I don't have to use my brain all the time, right? I can just, follow orders. This is great. This is all.
Yo, fam, there's a lot of women that feel like that. There's nothing wrong with it, right? If your man is a proper leader and a good coach, right? Like, and you trust him and on the team, yes, you can literally go autopilot and be like, man, you got this.
Awesome. Do you understand? They're saying it's a positive, okay? And then what Barbie is doing is snapping them back into like this feminist Barbie mindset.
Yeah, you become the creepy one.
It would have been different.
No, those are only for men that are not doing everything that they have to do, right? First of all, I don't even go to clubs. I'm not going to a club unless I'm making money in there, right? So like, I don't go to clubs to meet girls, right? Like, I hate clubs. I used to be a bouncer. Can't stand clubs, bars, none of that. So if you're an old ass man in the club with a drink, hey, ladies, nigga, what are you doing? That's not good. Man, you know what's more attractive? You working on your business. You just going out and about doing your thing. A chick will see you out and about doing your thing and stop you. Fam, like, or she could be somewhere that you at, maybe whatever your job is or whatever. There's a whole plethora of things, right? If you are doing your thing and working on what you got to work on, you could be on vacation having a drink by a poolside and see a single chick having a drink by a poolside. And then also, we live in 2023. You can create a profile, get good enough pictures of yourself, post it, and your drink's going to go up like numbers going to be crazy. It happened, bro. Especially if you're honest. So yeah, like the creepy guy that's in the club still trying to meet chicks is not someone who's trying to work towards being a high value male, right? That's just crazy. Right? I'm sure maybe he could pull it off. If you're going to like a club that's having old timers night, maybe. Like you go to a club and everybody's like 40 and up, they got those, right? A little lounge, right? I think older people like going to lounges. Okay, whatever. Maybe you might meet a chick at a lounge. I would prefer to meet a chick at church than a lounge. Right? I would rather meet a girl at church, right? Or just me just doing my thing and a chick shooting her shot at me.
If all of them were miserable, right? If they were miserable, but they weren't. They were happy being women under the patriarchy. They were happy being wives. They were happy being girlfriends. They were happy being, maids. They were happy.
See, I like hearing this. I like hearing stuff like this. So my hubby and I celebrated 36 years of marriage in February. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's amazing. He's good at being a man and he makes it easy for me to be a woman. See, that's what's up. See, I love hearing stuff like that.
Genuinely happy. Now they try to make it seem as if, oh, this is they were been brainwashed. No, they were genuinely happy. Having said that, so they brainwash the women. Okay, they brainwash women. They're like, hey, snap out of it. Okay, now their whole plan, because they're about to vote to overchange once again the Barbie Constitution. Their whole plan is to have the men fight each other. The Kens fight Kens, and they're like, how do we do that? Guess what they do? They leverage themselves. I kid you not. They leverage the interests that Ken has for Barbie, all the Kens have for Barbies, against them. So Barbie is going with Ken, right? Ryan Gosling while he's playing. And Barbie's like, oh, that's nice. But, let me see what that Ken is doing. And the other Ken is the Asian guy. And she's like, oh, wow. Did you make this yourself? He's like, yeah, I sure did. And then, of course, caused jealousy from Ryan Gosling's kid. And so all the women start, mix matching everything to cause jealousy among the men. And it's just like,
that's insane. How's he saying this movie is pro men? How's he saying this movie is pro men when the men are getting played like this?
Yo,
hit the like button if you haven't, guys.
This film is based. this film is crazy based. Okay. Based. And so all the men start bickering. They start bickering over these Barbies. Okay, that's what they start doing, and there's a whole dancing. I skip parts of that, but there's like this whole brawl. And in the meantime, between time, while the men are arguing, the women, right? They have a court, and they uphold.
One of the best parts. I used to like listening to Ryan Gosling sing songs. Man, he been singing for a long time since what's it called, Mickey Mouse Club. He was supposed to be the lead singer of Backstreet Boys, but he turned it down because he wanted to just focus on acting. But he actually is pretty dope at singing. Right? That's like one of the better parts of the movie.
Oh, Barbie Land is being the constitution of the land.
Pretty good.
I kid you not. So Ken comes and sees, that the houses are back to normal, right? Where all the Barbies are there and everything. And Barbie is like, hey, we've changed it. And Ken's just like, and he goes inside and he breaks down. Because Ken, once again, I kid you not, Ken still loves Barbie. After all of this man is devoted to Barbie. He's just like, yo,
this man's a simp. And you co-signing this behavior?
I still, there is no Ken, without Barbie. It's Barbie and
unless
Ken.
He was the biggest simp in the world. Maybe that's the only way I see it. He's Sir Simpleton.
And oh my God, it's just like, poor soul, bro. The pain. And eventually Barbie's like, hey, you have to be you. Okay. You don't need me to be you. You're Ken. Okay. And I'm Barbie. And it snaps it for him, right? It's like, hey, I don't need to have this Barbie. There's plenty of other Barbies out there. This one Barbie, like, I'm okay. I don't need you to be me. And all the other men are like, oh, okay. And it snaps out. And it gets...
This is so sad. Like, listening to how much he loved and cherished these parts of this movie just tells me that he's such a beta. He's like, I just need you to tell me it's okay. Yeah. My name's Lucas. Oh my goodness. And I need you to tell me it's okay, please. Like, shut your crying ass up, bro. What are you doing? I want to hear you jibber jabber and cry all day.
Gets to the point where the Mattel, who's played by Will Ferrell, right? He's the head of Mattel. He goes into Barbie Land because they're still trying to get Barbie back. And the mother's there, and the mother is like, "Hey, how about just ordinary Barbie or whatever?" And it's like, if you want to be a housewife, that's fine. Be a housewife. If you want to have a career or Supreme Court justice or be the president, that's fine. Be the president. How about you do what you want? What you want to do. And I'm like, man, what a good message. What a good message. Because this movie, I thought it was sublime. I really genuinely thought it was.
He's a simpleton. It ain't hard to please him when it come to movies, bro. Like, this dude, you just put a basic ass trash plot, say wokety woke feminist, and this man's like, oh, this is the greatest thing of all time. This is the greatest film. I've never seen a film as good as this. This is the greatest. This is so amazing.
It was sublime. Because there are tons of guys out there, they think, hey, if I get the bigger body, right? If I get the six pack, okay? If only I was taller, okay, she would like me. If only, you know, I was better looking, she would like me. If only I had, you know, that type of car. And it goes to show you that no matter what, right? A man just, I guess, just forever, okay, enduring love sometimes isn't enough for a woman. Sometimes that you have chosen the wrong woman. That if you had chosen any other woman, she would be head over heels. That most women would want a man who is so invested in her like that. Most women. But the one woman that you spent your whole entire time chasing doesn't even want you. Let her go. There are plenty of fish in the sea. And it was just like, oh, it's such a powerful message, especially given of, you know, the bull crap that's been.
Yo, this is the saddest. Yo, Lucas, fam, this is gonna be all right, bro. Keep hope alive, fam. Don't quit just yet, man. Don't quit. You know what I mean? Just you'll be all right. Don't quit. Keep hope alive, fam. Just, you know, just try. You know, do your best. This is sad.
Being spread within the manosphere and the, you know, all this like nonsense by guys who have no idea what they're talking about. And this film perfectly encapsulates just that message of like, hey, stop wasting your time.
You know what would make this better? Skeletor. That's funny.
On Barbie, okay? Because you're in Barbie land, my guy. She is not the only Barbie. She doesn't reciprocate your love. She doesn't take interest in you wanting to help her, right? She doesn't even want to be around you. If she's more concerned with having a girls' night than spending time with you.
I think he missed the overall point of this entire movie. I think my man is just like delusional as hell, fam. He sound crazy out here.
Then pimping, she's not the one. And you gotta let that go. Some of you have invested so much into another girl.
Yo, his eyes is, hold on. Yeah, enhance the hell out of it, even though it's not gonna play. Oh my gosh, maybe let's de-hance it. Let's de-hance it. I didn't know we was gonna see him cry like that. I mean, yo, that's crazy. Hey, that's some special J YouTubers allowed me to do. Hold on, enhance it again. Too good. Yo, this dude look like he about to cry, fam. Oh my goodness. Just when you invest your time in a woman. Oh my goodness. She doesn't see you for everything you were. It was love at first sight. And I wish I never met her at all. If you don't want to hear me sing for real, check my music page out. I wish I never met her at all. Oh my goodness. That's what he sound like.
Into another spouse, and none of it is given back. There's no reciprocation whatsoever. And that is damaging. That is corrosive to anyone. Hell, even Ken. Even Ken breaks down. So I thought this was a great film. It goes to show that, hey, there are women who want to be a housewife. All these dudes talking about, I want to try wife. There are women out there that don't mind that. They'll be fine with that. But there's also women who don't want that. They want something else. They want to be whatever is, the president of the United States, right? That's what they want. So sometimes those don't overlap, and sometimes they do. That's one of the messages they give in the movie. It's like, hey, well, perhaps she wants to be president of the United States and be a housewife, right? Perhaps she wants,
I'm done. All right. It's done. I can't, man. Can't watch no more. I'm trying. I can't. I cannot. I tried. It's done, bro. It's done. Because if you want to watch that video in full, go to his channel and watch him cry about how some girl treated him wrong back in the day and maybe even a few weeks ago. You can go do that. I don't want to hear him cry. Like, I swear I don't. I swear I do not, bro. That was crazy. This man's wilding, bro. The hell's he?
Shut the fuck up. I know that was you. I ain't even got to look. I should send your ass back to Crenshaw P with his hot ass coat hangers, bitch. Would you like that?
I know I made a lot of changes recently, and it's because I'm trying to make sure I'm good out here in these streets. So this is probably the last big one, but guys, I have a new channel. It's for my live streams and my podcast, Real Talk with BX Beast Boy. You can find that link. That is a train going on in the background. I'm not editing it out. You can find that the link somewhere on my channel. If you go to my homepage, I'll probably have it in the pinned comments too as well. If not, in the description. But go and check that out. That's where you can catch topics not only early and way before they come out on my main channel, but you actually get to hang out with me and just have conversations, maybe even ask me for advice or just ask me whatever questions you want to have, or ask. So go and check that channel out, subscribe to that. Make sure you check out my previous episodes of my podcast. I appreciate the heck out of y'all, man. Also, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. Helps me keep going. You never know, man. I might get canceled. You might come on here. I might be gone tomorrow. Never know. Check me out on Patreon to find exclusive content. You also get early access to a bunch of stuff as well. Check that out.